Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking another look at a Lego Minecraft set. This is the Panda Haven. It is set number 21245. It has 553 pieces and I paid $29.50 for this set. We can round that up to $30 with tax and everything like that. This set retails for $50, and so taking $20 off of that is 40% off, which is a pretty substantial percentage off on any given Lego set. And because of my experience with Minecraft sets, which is rather limited, but of what I've seen, there's like a lot of brick pieces in here, like solid big bricks that I don't often see as many of in other Lego sets in the modern era. And so I thought $30 for 550 pieces was pretty much good no matter what the theme is. But then once I knew like the volume of or the weight of everything that's in this box and how big this was going to be, I thought that was an exceptional deal. So I did decide to pick it up, and so now in this video I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Minecraft Panda Haven set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all the help. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. And then I wanted to talk about the build here. So the first bag of pieces, we start out building like a lot of the characters, a lot of the kind of staple Minecraft accessories here, like the bed, some like the little light things or torches, crafting table, a little crate. Then we move on to this kind of grassy area, this patch of land that is separate from the rest of the set a lot, but it's kind of a smaller little side build here. And then onto the next bag of pieces, we have some other kind of characters to put together. And then we start building this Panda Haven, and this comes together in a kind of interesting way. We start off here with a lot of those inverted tiles, those 2x2 ones, and then we kind of build this in a unique way with different brackets and different things. And eventually there's going to be like studs on the back wall as well as on the what I would call the floor, at least in this view, which was really interesting. We also do all of the kind of Panda signature black and white spots and some of that pattern all through brick building, so that was pretty neat as well. We are going to add another little bit to the kind of grassy section over there. And now we move on to building more of this kind of panda-themed, panda-shaped house here. We kind of close it off, and then we kind of finish this big panel, which I've seen before on I think the Lego City game tournament truck used some of those. I don't see that piece too often. It works really well here. We even kind of embellished it a little more to increase its size and match it with the color blocking and everything. And then we can work on some of like the legs and some of the base. Here we're working on the head, which has again brick built details that match the molded printed heads of the panda characters or mobs really, really well. And then I'll start putting in some of these various kind of Minecraft things into the set. There's a couple different, not necessarily functions, but some features about this that you can kind of see in the build, but I go through that in the main review. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so here is the Lego Minecraft Panda Haven set. This is pretty interesting. It's really big. It's got some things that I haven't seen with some Minecraft sets that I think I kind of come to expect. But as I've said before, I think when I looked at like the mushroom house, I haven't looked at a ton of these like houses that are Minecraft themed. And recently I looked at the Frozen Peaks, which was sort of like that, kind of not, but this was pretty cool. I actually didn't know. I couldn't really tell from the box what was sort of special about this, or what was the kind of features and functions and things that I could look forward to. And it kind of has, it's hard to say. I would say this has fewer functions than a lot of Minecraft sets I look at, but it's still got some surprises, which is pretty cool. So we will get into it. And the first thing we'll look at is the minifigures, because you do get some. The first one here is the, I think, Jungle Explorer. It's kind of one of the playable characters here, which is very good. And I don't know specifically what this is. It's maybe a pie or a cake or something like that. So that's a printed tile on there. We can pop that off. We have the Minecraft kind of pixelated axe here, or hammer or something like that. So we have the Minecraft head. It's different than like Steve or whatever, so that's good. No printing on the back or anything. The torso is unique, kind of for the Jungle Explorer type skin sort of thing here. So we have some nice like belts and buckles and different things with some shiny stuff. Still kind of pixelated. Nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs. We do have some stuff on the back there, which is really cool. And I can't tell what that's supposed to be an image of. To me, it looks like something over a fire maybe, and this stuff is like kind of creeping up out of it. Maybe there's like a pot or a cauldron of some sort hanging kind of over like a spit, and then, but I'm not positive. So if you know what that is supposed to be, please let me know. But I don't always see Lego Minecraft minifigures with, printing on the back, so that was really good to see that. Besides the Jungle Explorer, you also get a skeleton here, which is kind of a standard Minecraft skeleton. So you get the block head with the printing, nothing around the back, and then the arms with the different kind of oriented clips, the feet here, torso. We have a bow and arrow for this figure. You don't get other figures other than that are like minifigures typically, but you do get some of the animals, which is true for a lot of these kind of Minecraft animal build things here. So the first one here is a baby panda. This is super cute. So it's got like the specialized kind of Minecraft panda head piece. So like the nose, the head, and the ears are all molded together. So that's a unique thing. It is printed, and it does have the printing that goes around to the side there, which is really nice. The rest of it is brick built, just some plates and some tiles to kind of get some spots there. The head can kind of be moved a little bit like that, and it could be like sitting up on its hind legs like that, or kind of sitting on all fours. So you get the baby panda, and then you get the kind of full-size panda here. Now this one is holding a bit of bamboo right now, but we can take that off. The head is actually the exact same as the baby panda, same piece, so that's okay. It doesn't make the proportions feel too bad, but this one can also move the head a little bit here, and this one is got a quite a bit bigger body, so you can put these next to each other. It's taller, higher off the ground. It's just got more weight to it, more pieces, some bricks in there and stuff instead of just plates and tiles. And then we have kind of the spotted area here, uses these arch pieces for the legs, which is nice. And then the bamboo has one of these with the kind of open stud on either side there, and that can be kind of clipped or studded into one of the hands, and we can move the head kind of down, so you get that. And those are kind of all the figures, but you do get a lot of extra like Minecrafty type stuff that I would normally probably point out right now. I think I did for the frozen peaks, but I'm going to leave it as is right now, and we'll look at this kind of patch of grass here. So this is supposed to be some of the terrain, kind of the jungle area here. We have some stalks of bamboo or bamboo shoots or whatever here, a little bit of flowers there. Looks to me like we have a bench and kind of a light there, which has just a clear translucent and like a light blue translucent or purple or something. I'm not sure, but at first I thought that those were the same translucent. They were in the same bag, but they're slightly different, and so I had to adjust that. Overall, this feels a little bit barren right here, but it's actually not that bad, all things considered. You can populate it with all of these characters, and it really helps fill it out rather nicely, I think. So I'm not going to put the Jungle Explorer's accessories on there necessarily, but we can kind of have this studded down, and the mama panda or the dad panda or whatever, the guardian, the older adult, the bigger panda, they can't like stud down when it's like sitting, but that's okay. You can kind of rest it there and not have too much worry it's gonna fall, especially if this is laying flat. So you can populate it. It's nice to have room there for that kind of stuff. And then the rest of the build is this Panda Haven, Panda House. So I will first kind of show it the head here, and you do the head the kind of same way as the piece here, which is really, really nice. So we have kind of the gray around the nose, mouth area, the kind of black T here, and then we have kind of the marking around the eyes that continues onto the side as well, and that's all just brick built detail there to kind of make that, which I think was done really, really well. I was pretty pleased to see, how accurate that was kind of adapted to being worked on with brick and plates. The nose is kind of on there with some studs on the side bricks, and you kind of just build this all up. The ears are really good as well, so that's nice. And then beneath that, you can have this house set up a few different ways. One of them is kind of like this. So you have the 4 legs here, and it's kind of sitting on its rear end. You can also have it on its feet, so it's resting on the floor like this, so it's on its legs, which is pretty cool. And like the figures for the pandas over here, the buildable figures, the house can also kind of change how it's looking so that it can match these. So you can move the head. So the head is on some ratchet joints here, 4 of them, and inside you can see we actually have some kind of lived-in space there, maybe a little bit of steps kind of. So we have some different stuff. We have like another light in there, a little flower. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, a potion or of some sort. So it uses like a semi-translucent minifigure head there, a translucent tile with the bar coming up, and a stud in there upside down. So you have that. So when it's kind of sitting like this, you can have the head kind of facing out, so it's like stands up on its hind end there, which is very similar to how the bigger bear figure is sitting right here. And actually you can take this bamboo, which is the tallest out of all of these, or close to it, but it has these studs on the side there, and you could attach that to one of the paws, so it could have like it's eating bamboo there. So that's a nice consideration too. So I really like how similar these can be. They look really, really similar. Just even some of the color blocking of the bricks and everything is really good, so that's very nice. And then there's also some other interiors here, and there's some different ways you can do this. So you can move the head, like I said. So right now all that stuff is kind of on its side. If you were to close this up again, then it's all those things are, oriented vertically, and that's okay. But we can also look on the inside here. So this is all covered up. If you look on the side, we have an opening there, openings there. So all of that is open. And then we have one of those big panels on the back with all of these bars elements here. We use some like droid arm type pieces with the clip on either end to make some hinges, and we can open that up. So right now I have this populated with all of the stuff, in this kind of configuration, but you can do it in a different configuration as well, which is really, really exciting. I think really, really fun. It's kind of unique to have this house like work in two different ways, like 90 degrees, turning it. So right now I have everything kind of in line with this. So if we look in here, it's like we have multiple rooms, or if you do it in the other orientation, it's like we have multiple floors or multiple levels. So we can kind of look in here, and then I'll change it. So this is if it's the house is, or the Panda Haven house here is on its legs rather than sitting. So we do have one of the Minecraft beds in here, pretty simple. We have like a table with another kind of light thing there. We have a flower over here. On this side, we have like a biscuit on a kind of a crate. We have the crafting table over here, which has those printed pieces. And then we have this, and I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It's got like an egg piece in the middle, and I don't know if it's supposed to be an incubator or what it's exactly supposed to be. We use kind of one of these 1x2 rounded tiles diagonally on the top. We use some bracket pieces down here, a jumper in the middle, bracket pieces up here. You tile those together, and it makes this kind of interesting like cupboard or shelf or something like that, but it has the egg in there, so I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I thought it was a pretty effective design, kind of a cool little thing there, so that's nice. And now I will take all of these out so we can see them closer up potentially, because you do build all of these little kind of tables and crafting things right at the beginning with the first bag of pieces. Also when you build like some of the stuff over here, which is very nice. I thought the pacing was pretty good considering that. And I'll even take out these ones up top. So I'll remove all those, and then there's kind of another thing. So we have this all with a plate on the back, but we also have plates obviously right here, here, and here. So now I'm going to put these back in a different way, and we can see what it looks like with this set being kind of a multi-story, multiple level kind of base or house or something here, which I think is pretty cool. And it's actually relatively easy to kind of change this over without too much trouble there. So now I have flipped the bed. Instead of kind of on that back wall or that floor, depending on your perspective, it's now on this floor. Moved the table around there, moved the tree around, moved the crafting table, this little like crate with the biscuit and the thing with the egg in the back. So now this is all kind of like it would be if it was standing on the side or sitting on its hind end there. And we can close that up with the kind of big panel piece there at the rear. And now we have like a 3-story kind of home where we could put the Jungle Explorer in the bed up on this level, or milling about in this level, could be down on this level, could be up in this level. So it's kind of got 3 different sections here. And I think that's actually pretty well accomplished and achieved, and I think it's cool. You know, theoretically you could also have like one floor be one way and the next floor be a different way. The one thing that's a little bit different is that this one up here in the head has different orientations, but like right now when it's on the feet and this is open, that's on the side, and when it's kind of oriented, I would say, quote unquote, correctly for being on the feet here, it's kind of hard to get access there. And then when you have it on its hind end here, this is in the right orientation, but you can't like close it up like you can the back, so it's a little bit exposed there. So I might be worried of the skeleton kind of firing arrows up in there, but I do think that it's very cool that this has some of those options there. And I actually don't know which way I prefer. I just think it's nice to be able to change things up. Personally, earlier I had this kind of all positioned the other way, as if it were on its feet there. And I think I will kind of convert it back to how I had it for now. Whoopsies. And then we can see again a little bit how easy it is to convert and change, but also your different options there. So I'm gonna move this here, oh, like that, something like that. And that, for someone with big hands like mine, it can be a little bit cramped in here, but it doesn't make it too difficult. And then we could, populate this space with the Jungle Explorer as well, and they can be doing different stuff in there. I kind of like how the windows are, that you can see into there, and it's nice that you can kind of close this up as well, and now it just looks kind of identical to the Panda figure here, which is very cool. So when I said that some of the things I didn't really expect, or it didn't have some things that I've come to expect from some Minecraft things, like it didn't have a chest anywhere to like put some of the accessories, and it didn't have any like real functions. Like recently I looked at the Frozen Peaks, and it had some different things with like a TNT and like a little lever, and it had a slide thing with a goat that could knock a mob off of the mountain or something like that. So this doesn't have those kind of features, those kind of simple machine, basic mechanical kind of Lego Minecraft functions and features. If I were to say that this has function features, I think it's kind of the ability to reorient the house, the Panda Haven here, opening up the side, changing the head a little bit there, and I think that's kind of the extent of the features here. And then there's really not too much else. I was wondering if I would be able to stud this down. So you can see here we do have a 4x4 plate. The rest of this is either the side of bricks or these inverted tiles here. And so I think it would be hard to stud this down. If I think you would want like if it was on a big base plate or something, you would want a 4x4 like this, that this can sit on directly, because this won't, because of all these inverted tiles, won't be flush with the other studs. It would prevent it from studding down. And so it's kind of maybe not intended to be studded down. I think if you were to stud down the feet all the way, it would be kind of hard to lift this up, and I have a feeling that the legs would come off because they'd be studded down on a 4x4, and this is only attached on a 2x4 kind of there. So if playing with this is supposed to be sort of stationary and connected to other things, I think there might be some difficulty there. It's not super easy to do, but it is pretty big and can stand on its own, relatively stable, and so that's pretty good. I don't know if that's a huge concern. It's just something I wanted to make note of. Something else I wanted to make note of, and I don't know if this was me or if it came like this, but on this 1 or 2x4 tile, there's like a scrape or a discolor or a smudge or something that I could not get off of there, and I don't know if it came that way and it's a production issue, or if I somehow did that to that piece. I don't think so, but if it's a production issue, that's a little bit of a bummer. Not all of them were like that, but that one, thankfully that one's kind of covered up almost. There's maybe some other places I could put that to hide it a little more, but when it's on its backside here sitting, we can move the head to kind of cover that, and then when it's on its legs, you wouldn't really see that either, so it's not too much of an issue, but that is something to consider. And I think this is pretty cool. And there's like some substantial Lego here. There's a lot of bricks, some big ones, long ones. There's like, this is a 2x8, I believe, 2x6, 2x6, a lot of 2x4s. And there's even a 2x10 right here, I believe, or a 1x10 maybe. And there's just, a good amount of bricks, which is something I've found with a lot of the Minecraft sets, and that's really cool. It reminds me of very, old school Lego, and it's also like a lot of Lego for the relative kind of piece count and everything else. I think these probably Minecraft sets weigh more, especially like if it was average weight per piece in a given set, than a lot of other sets. So that makes the value of these really interesting. So I'll talk about that in a moment. But before that, I will show the extra pieces, because you do get some. So you get an extra of the stem piece for the flowers, the flower stud there. This piece is used for the flower that's kind of in the head. You extra that kind of biscuit piece here, your 1x1s, your studs, your tiles, your plates, a couple of those translucent pieces in there. So those are all your extra pieces. Good to get those. And this set is 553 pieces. And I paid $30 for this. I paid $29.50 for it. It retails for $50. So first I want to talk about this as a $50 set. And that's kind of based on my limited experience with the Minecraft theme and some other themes. I actually think, I because I'm not super invested in the Minecraft theme, I probably wouldn't buy this for $50. However, I think $50 is kind of the price point that makes sense for this set, given the bulk of everything that's in here, the raw materials, the plastic, the overall like volume and size of everything, and like I said, the weight. You don't get a ton of figures. You just get a skeleton, the jungle explorer, and then the buildable animals there, which I've seen other sets that come with more figures. You don't get a creeper or anything in this one, but this is like really pretty big. And if I were to compare this to like the Frozen Peak set that I recently looked at, this is a good amount bigger. It's a good amount, it's many more pieces, and also like bigger pieces and different stuff like that. So I don't think I would buy this at $50, but it seems like that's the appropriate price, especially considering like some of the other sets that have like around 300 pieces might be 35 or slightly under 300 pieces. The Frog House is 55, and that has 400 pieces. Now some of those pieces might be bigger, but this feels like a lot more Lego for cheaper, and it is more pieces, and the Frog House probably has more smaller pieces in it, not as many like bricks, but it does have, more characters and stuff like that. So it's not a one-to-one. I haven't looked at the Frog House on my channel here yet, but like this certainly seems like a better deal at $50 than that one at $55. All that said, I paid $30 for this, which is $20 off of a $50 set, which is 40% off. And I've said this before, 40% off on kind of any given Lego set, it kind of is about that threshold that makes it a buy for me, especially for like the sub $100 sets, because I think I've seen like the Black Panther bust or the big Hulkbuster, or even like some bigger sets or more expensive sets. I think I've seen you're getting closer to 40% off, and while I think that's really, really great, those can still end up being a lot of money, so I don't always pull the trigger on those. But for a lot of stuff, 40% off is a pretty significant discount, and that's buying them new in a store on the shelf, sealed box. And so when I see stuff for 40% off like that, I usually gravitate towards it. And so this was that case. Now for $30, I think this is a really great deal. Compared to the Frozen Peaks, it's like way bigger. It's doesn't have the same kind of features. It's a different kind of set, but there's just a lot more stuff here. So that one I paid $20 for, but it retailed for $35. This one retails for $50, and I paid $30. So those were both really good deals. I think for $30 or $29.50, this is maybe one of the best value like Lego sets that I found on the shelves near me in a long time, because it's got a high piece count, 553 pieces. It's got big pieces, big plates, big bricks. It's got good animals. The pandas are classic. I really love how well they captured the kind of panda head in the molded form and printed form here in the brick built form. I think that was really well achieved. There's kind of some playability here with reorienting the building and everything. So I feel like I got a fantastic deal. I don't think at $50 I would have gravitated towards this. That's a personal thing. It may be that for many people who saw this and wanted this right away and got this for the retail price, that this is still a good value set. I'm not really one to say. It's a little bit hard for me to think about it in that sense, but I do try to. And this may be, a good deal for a licensed theme of this caliber, of this size of stuff at $50. So I don't want to say by any means or imply in any way that this is a bad deal at retail. I just want to say that I was fortunate enough to get this for a really kind of amazing deal, in my opinion. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Overall, I enjoyed putting this together, and so I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty fun, pretty cool, kept me guessing, and the overall ending kind of model here is quite good, quite fun. Not perfect, but really good. So that's great. I like this. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Minecraft potentially. I've recently been seeing a lot of Lego Minecraft on sale, and so I'll probably be picking more of that up just to kind of continue to get more familiar with the theme, even though it's still not one that I'm like super into. I do like building them, like talking about them on my channel, so I'll probably be doing more Minecraft in the near future, but then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. Subscriptions help me a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which would be incredible if I got there, and I appreciate all the help and all the support, so thank you very much. And if you want to support this show in a different way, you can do that right here on YouTube with membership supers and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's linked in the video description, linked on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And again, that helps me a lot. Every little bit helps, so maybe consider checking those things out. I do greatly appreciate it, so thank you. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.